Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the officers of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to defend with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this county. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county, and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Proceed. Order number 1, prayers. Order number 2, speaker's address. Honorable members, aware that we are soon waiting for the land recess from next Wednesday, 11th December 2024 to 13th February 2025. It is my great pleasure to thank the honorable members for the cooperation they have accorded, the assembly leadership throughout the third session. Honorable members, one of the functions of the County Assembly Service Oath, as provided under paragraph 7A of Section 12 of the County Government Act, is to provide services and facilities to ensure the efficient and effective functioning of the County Assembly. Section 11(1)(e) of the County Assembly Service Act further states that the board shall do such other things as may be necessary for the well-being of the members and staff of the County Assembly. Honorable members, in conclusion, Article 332(1)(b) of the Constitution places an obligation to all public officers to ensure that while rendering services in public service. Therefore, I cannot fail to stress the need for all of us to safeguard and make use of the facilities that county is providing in order to transform the lives of the people of Tanariver. Thank you, honorable members. With those few remarks, I welcome His Excellency the Governor, Dr. Retired Major Dhadho Godhana to make his remarks to the honorable members. But just before he makes his remarks, I want to give you standing order 22 of Governor's address. Honorable members, standing order number 22.1, whenever the governor addresses assembly, the governor shall take the seat on the right of the Speaker of the House, and the senators of the county shall take the seats on the left of the Speaker of the House. 2. When delivering an address to the House, the governor shall be heard in silence, and the address shall not be followed by any comment or question. And 3. Whenever the governor delivers an address, a member may, as soon as practicable thereafter, lay the address on the table of the House following the reading of such address. 4. A member may give a notice of motion that the funds of the House be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the address of the governor. The debate of the motion shall not exceed 4 sitting days. Honorable members, I now invite His Excellency the Governor to make his address. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker of this Honorable House, Honorable Osman Galore, the County Commissioner of Tanariver, the Honorable Senator, Tanariver County, the Honorable Women Representative, the Honorable Members of Parliament, Honorable members of the County Assembly, County Executive Committee members, senior government officials, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure and honor to join you today for this occasion to share the state of affairs of the county in today's date of the county address pursuant to the provisions of Section 32K of the County Government Act 2012, which requires that the governor delivers an annual state of the county address containing such matters as may be specified in county legislation. Mr. Speaker, may I first request this august House and rise for a minute of silence in remembrance of departed members of our society in the recent clashes in Bangladesh and Tana. I thank you. Mr. Speaker, allow me first to congratulate you, Mr. Speaker, and you honorable members of this assembly for the continued leadership you have provided this that has guided the progress therein by this county this far. This I passionately say with the knowledge and understanding of the myriad of challenges that this county continues to navigate, and the challenges of all of us, we face in addressing them during the discharge of our functions as a people and government. Nonetheless, Mr. Speaker, allow me to congratulate these honorable members for being the leaders elected at this critical time to be the stewards of the mandate to drive this county forward. Mr. Speaker, allow me therefore also to remind all of us with emphasis the provisions of Article 1 of the Constitution, which states that, and I quote, that all the sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with the Constitution. Article 2 states that the people may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives. 3. That the sovereign power under this Constitution is delegated to the foreign state governments, which shall perform their functions in accordance with the Constitution. Number 3. Sovereign power under this Constitution is delegated to the foreign state governments. A. Parliament and the legislative assemblies in the county governments. B. The national executive and the executive structures in the county governments. And C. The judiciary and independent tribunals. Mr. Speaker, further allow me to emphasize that Article 1(4) of the Constitution provides and assigns the exercise of sovereign power of the people to A. the national government level and B. the county level. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to remind ourselves that in furtherance of the spirit of devolution, Article 6(1) and in the 4th schedule, the Republic of Kenya is divided into 7 counties, making Tanariver an identical geographic region among us for 7 in the country. Mr. Speaker, Article 176 of Chapter 11 of the Constitution of Kenya establishes county governments consisting of a county assembly and a county executive and sets out roles of the assembly. Mr. Speaker, Part 2 of Article 176 further defines the powers and functions of the county government as units of economic development and nothing but units of economic development. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution of Kenya has therefore given the people of this county government, which means the executive and the county assembly, the sovereign power and the mandate to determine our future and destiny that no one except ourselves can so dictate or deny. Mr. Speaker, I emphasize that the greatness of this county, our future, and the future of our generations is right in our hands to guide and to determine. In this august house and the leadership of this house, the well-being of thousands of residents of our county is determined by 2 arms of government, the executive and the assembly, through the powers bestowed upon us by Article 176(1) of the Constitution of Kenya. I therefore wish to implore on the people of this county and by all of us to take our rightful positions as Tanarians to do that which is expected of us, either in our individual capacities and or collective, to focus also steering Tanariver County towards development and prosperity as envisaged in my manifesto, the CIPPs, and guided by the Kenya Vision 2030, the Kenya bottom-up economic transformation agenda by His Excellency, the President, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, the Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, it is on the basis of this Article 176(2) of the Constitution that a county government is required to decentralize its functions and the provision of its services to the extent that is efficient and practicable to do so. Mr. Speaker, I want to appreciate once again the honorable members of this county assembly and the members and the leadership of this august house for their steadfast and commitment that has seen several bills passed and various plans realized during the last 1 year. Mr. Speaker, my administration remains steadfast in providing political and policy direction that will enable this county to forge a clear path toward economic growth and development. In this regard, I reiterate my resolve to pursue urbanization as a key approach that will enable this county to transform into an investment and tourism destination necessary for the creation of jobs, job opportunities, and wealth creation for our people. Mr. Speaker, I therefore appeal to this honorable House to remain firm and support my administration in achieving this noble goal, which largely and ultimately supports the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Since the inception of the revolution, we have made unparalleled gains towards the realization of the spirit of our Constitution 2010. Mr. Speaker, over the last 1 year, my administration has made strides in various aspects, including legislative framework and policy development that impacts the lives and the livelihood of our people. I am proud to present to you the achievements and challenges of my administration over the same period. I am particularly gratified that as a government, we have complied with the dictates of Article 27(8) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 on the Bill of Rights, which requires that not more than 2/3 of the members of elective or appointed bodies shall be of the same gender. This is evident from the composition of the members of the County Executive Committee and County Chief Officers in my administration. Mr. Speaker, in order to enhance service delivery, we have improved staff capacity and competitively recruited critical staff across all the sectors of the county government. During the last 1 year, my administration has recruited 83 ECD teachers and vocational education instructors on permanent terms of service to ensure our learners get quality education in all the learning institutions. To buttress my commitment in creating decent employment opportunities, we have made deliberate efforts and observed all the 84 staff members who were previously engaged on casual terms of service as ECD teachers, giving us a total of 187 teachers observed on permanent terms of service and who now enjoy favorable employment conditions. Mr. Speaker, in the health sector, we have recruited 21 professionals comprising of nurses, public health officers, laboratory technologists, and health records and information officers, all on permanent terms of service. We have also engaged 90 enforcement officers who have completed mandatory basic enforcement training courses and have joined 182 of their colleagues, totaling to 272 enforcement workers. I'm happy to inform you that out of the 90 enforcement officers recruited recently, 27 are female, while 63 are male. These officers are key for enforcement of county laws and regulations. Mr. Speaker, we have put in place various policies and regulations that safeguard the operations and better working conditions for the staff. To enhance morale of all enforcement officers and the entire county workforce, my administration has promoted the enforcement officers with an aim of bringing order and command centers in the service, all of whom have. We have acquired vehicles and DC Dobby motorbikes to enhance supervision and self-delivery among the enforcement team, thereby greatly improving on their work environment. The Tanariver Inspector Services Bill 2024 is awaiting approval by this county assembly. I am delighted to note that the bill has already been subjected to public participation. I call upon the county assembly to fast track the passage of this bill for better improvement of service delivery to the people. Mr. Speaker, I am delighted to inform this honorable House that courtesy of our County Public Service Board, this administration is still in jubilation for emerging the top out of the 47 counties, thereby earning the Champions of Governance Award this year. Mr. Speaker, let me also take this opportunity to congratulate our Majority Leader, Honorable Babusa, for emerging one of the best MCs for this Honorable House, and also take another opportunity to congratulate members of the executive, those who have also won awards for excelling in their different fields in the country, including myself, Mr. Speaker, the County Public Service Board is finalizing on the scheme of service for enforcement officers, and this will be used to provide career progression guidelines for the enforcement officers. Mr. Speaker, in order to enhance human resource development practice, we have promoted 154 staff members under the common cadre establishment, of which 100 are from the health sector and 54 across other departments. We have also promoted staff who stagnated in their current grades for more than 7 years, and designated several other staff who have attained higher qualifications, including enrolled nurses to the level of registered nurses. Mr. Speaker, we have continued to develop our staff to enhance their skills and capacity to deliver the much needed services. In the same vein, we have put all senior officers from the level of directors to county executive committee members on performance contracting and productivity measures. My administration has been recognized by the Council of Governors, Salaries and Remuneration Commission, and the National Productivity and Competitiveness Center, NPCC, and we are among the 5 counties piloting on productivity measurements in Kenya. To upskill staff and expand their capabilities, my administration has supported county staff to undergo continuous professional development programs, including long-term and relevant training in their fields of specialization for better service delivery. Currently, Mr. Speaker, we have 5 doctors out on training, 6 nurses, 6 clinical officers, and 4 pharmacists pursuing advanced training, all of whom are now competent enough to handle any health-related challenges. We have just approved hiring of health staff to include more doctors and other health staff to address gaps in the health sector arising from natural attrition. Discussions are also underway to fill staff gaps in all county government departments to ensure better service delivery to our people. My administration has now embarked on service delivery on targeted value chain areas of the economy that lead to wealth creation, employment, and improvement of livelihoods among our citizens. Mr. Speaker, During the last financial year, we committed our efforts to the realization of the CIDP 2 as agreed upon by the public and the other local and leisure sector players. The intention was and remains to determine the best way to stimulate the ever talked about potential of this county that is not yet fully exploited. To this end, I want to report to this Honorable Assembly that my administration has consistently continued to progressively implement our CIDP 2017-2021 and 2022-2027 with remarkable outcomes. It is instructive to note that the county budget for the financial year 2024-2025 has been lauded as one of the most progressive and citizen-centric budget in Kenya and is aimed at alleviating poverty, diseases, and illiteracy. Mr. Speaker, my investment priority focus has been spelled out in the Council Fiscal Strategic Paper, CFSP. We have always invested and will continue to prudently invest in the sectors that will stimulate economic growth, and therefore, during the financial year 2024-2025, we are directing funds to the following key strategic areas. 1. Investing in the social sectors to reduce the cost of living at household level. 2. Investing in sectors that will unlock economic and financial opportunities. 3. Continuing with the completion of ongoing projects. 4. Put more efforts towards monitoring and evaluation of projects and programs to track progress and achievement of their prescribed goals and impacts. Specifically, we are only investing in the following areas during the financial year 2024-2024. 1 is urban planning. 2. Climate-proof infrastructure development. 3. Modern and commercially oriented agriculture and diet of people. 4. Quality and affordable healthcare. 5. Quality and accessible education. 6. Environment, water, and sanitation. 7. Investing in trade, youth, sports, culture, and tourism promotion. Mr. Speaker, our county is endowed with adequate and productive land, which is a major factor of production. Vast parts of our land have no title deeds, and this limits the ability of our people to use land as collateral for financial services. We have made efforts to come up with a land use plans to spur economic activities. My administration has approved several land use plans, and I commend this Assembly once again, Mr. Speaker, for endorsing 9 of them, and they include Duakali informal sector settlement land use plan in Karsai West, targeting a population of over 880. Boraimani informal settlement land use plan in Karsai West, targeting to serve a population of 550 people. Kibulu informal settlement in Chewani to serve a population of 1,680 people. Makaburini informal settlement in Chewani ward with targeted population of 1,880. Hora Mission informal settlement in Chewani targeting a population of over 630. Malindia informal settlement in Chewani again to serve over 1,200 people. Chewani informal settlement in Chewani targeted over 775. No, wrong. 775 people. Wachakone informal settlement in Chewani to serve over 770 people, and Bura scheme informal settlement in Imani targeting over 3,496 people. The settlement areas will address a range of socio-economic and environmental challenges and promote economic growth, reduce conflicts, and empower communities. This will also foster responsible land management and ensure tenure security. The settlement area will also guarantee safety, secure, and clean living environment and sustainable communities. I urge, therefore, this Honorable Assembly to to expedite and approve the remaining plans. Mr. Speaker, agriculture is the backbone of our economy. This county is now famous for rice, maize, aquaculture, agriculture farming, and livestock among many others. My administration has invested in programs and projects that enhance the level of production and capacity of our people to invest purposely for commercial and domestic consumption. On October 16, 2024, my administration launched the Farmers Agricultural Center, ATC. The vision behind the Agricultural Training Center is to act as an excellent facility for agribusiness, incubation and training for farmers, pastors, aquaculturists, among others, to enhance their skills for better yields and increased production. Our intention is to help small-scale farmers who are experiencing huge losses due to poor harvests, lack of certified seeds, pests and improper application of fertilizer, to uplift their standard of living and move away from chronic hunger to food security for all in this country. We are giving farmers an opportunity to learn about modern farming practices. I urge all our farmers to take advantage of this important facility to build their capacity through relevant agricultural skills, innovative ideas, and technologies that this training institution offers. The center prides itself in offering genetic information for crop breeding, research, and conservation efforts. Some of the programs aligned in the training center include agriculture development, and this we are targeting water efficiency, dryland maize production, commercial green ground farming, commercial rice production, good agricultural practices. On livestock development, Mr. Speaker, we are looking at beekeeping and agriculture, beef production, goat farming, dairy farming, commercial fodder production. On fisheries department, we are focusing on how to produce fish on farm, raising seed fish, fingerlings, construction and management of a commercial fish pond, fish feeds, formulation and production, and value addition in fish. All these are aimed at increasing people's ability to participate in gainful ventures and reduce the poverty level in the county. Mr. Speaker, to respond to the challenging needs of the society, I restructured the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries, Veterinary and Livestock Cooperative Development, land and physical planning to include blue economy so that we take advantage of the numerous developments and trends in the blue economy space. We have positioned ourselves to attract investments in this sector. My administration has revamped the fishing sector to take advantage of deep sea fishing, riverine activities, and lake fishing from our restored lakes such as Shakababo and Kongolola. Lake Shakababo, Mr. Speaker, is a living testimony of our restoration efforts. We have restocked the lake with fingerlings to support the fishing sector. Mr. Speaker, we have trained farmers on best pond management practices and processes as an alternative source of livelihood. The unique prawns domiciled in the Tana Delta and which are bigger in size fetch good returns in the international markets. They have remained untapped for some time. With our strategic investment, we are soon going to fully exploit this resource with support from partners to the advantage of our people. And to ensure safety of our citizens and crews in the ocean, lakes and rivers, we took 12 coxswains for training in Kisumu Maritime Academy and graduated on 31st May of this year. These cadre of staff are critical whenever we experience floods in the country. Mr. Speaker, my administration organized exchange programs for cooperating officials to Kisumu and Kilifi counties to understand the Dunga and Gomeni beach management units, CMUs respectively, for more knowledge in the fishing industry. We have also acquired and deployed a boat in Lake Shakababo for both surveillance and fishing activities to weed off illegal fishing in the lakes. Mr. Speaker, Tanariver County has the potential of producing sufficient food for the people. We have undertaken various targeted efforts as a government to enable the communities to produce enough for our needs. However, this is not without challenges from the alternating floods and the drought that have devastating effects on agricultural activities. These threatens our resolve to be food sufficient. The frequent floods and droughts have been affecting the livelihood and living conditions of all our people who are normally forced to move out of their farmlands and grazing areas to safe areas. This phenomenon has been more frequent and predictable, and we must therefore work together to alleviate the people out of these disasters. Kenya was hit by enhanced El Nino rain from October 2023 and continued into 2024. The rains were well above the normal average and resulted in devastating floods that hit several parts of the country. And recently, a brief drought session that was almost about to again hit hard on our livestock farmers. The river was hugely affected by these floods from the highland areas. The rains swept away crops such as rice and maize and also livestock that were ready for sale and some crops ready for harvest in our county. Just a few months later, in April and May 2024, the long rains again struck and many people were forced out of their own homes and farmlands. The impact of these phenomena is disruption of farming life and livelihoods, leading to poor crop harvest and failure, disorganization of education and health systems, a situation that we must fight with all our strength and resources. Mr. Speaker, based on this, my administration has embarked on climate smart agriculture in collaboration with partners. Farmers and pastoralists are adopting ambitious climate smart agriculture projects geared towards improving livelihoods, resilience to climate change, and conserving 130,000 hectares in the Tana Delta. We have planned and restricting 1,640 hectares across the county and trained 10,000 farmers and 180 farmer groups on agricultural topics aimed at increasing crop production. Mr. Speaker, to ensure crops survive the vagaries of the weather and climate conditions, we procured a total of 128 metric tons of drought-tolerant seeds and distributed to farmers across the county in addition to 4,050 kilogram bags of assorted fertilizers, 500 pheromone traps for pests. This is one way of promoting organic farming and improve the quality of produce. To ensure the youth embrace farming, my administration has formed 10 4K clubs and young farmers clubs and train them in the best agricultural practices. Training of 15 water users associations and education water operations and maintenance has been done to ensure sustainable use of water for irrigation. Mr. Speaker, my administration has deliberately registered 36,340 farmers under the National Agriculture Value Development Project to ensure a majority of our people are involved in the farming activities in order to enhance their livelihoods. In a bid to diversify the crop production, our farmers have put 200 acres and a sweet potato and 175 acres of cassava with the aim of having all the value chain products and a cooperative for realization of economies of scale. Mr. Speaker, the growth of cooperatives is key in the value chain propositions. The administration has mapped out all circles and cooperatives in the county, out of which 15 cooperative societies have been trained on governance and leadership and have all been audited and carried out their annual general meetings, AGMs, regularly. To ensure a legal framework in the agriculture sector, we have developed the education and cooperative policies to ensure that all our operations are guided by law. So, Speaker, my administration is doing what it takes to provide a conducive environment through policy and legislation that will enhance livestock production. Our plan is to explore various value chains that enhance the pricing of our products by creating linkages of beef, cattle, and goats producers and marketers by targeting terminal markets of Malindi, Mombasa, Dagoretti, and Kenya Metropolitan. Our county is endowed with a lot of livestock which need to be put into proper value chain line for better income to the system. As per the national census of 2019, Mr. Speaker, the county has a total livestock population of 1,663,721, comprising of cattle, goats, sheep, camel, and indigenous chicken. And these are: 1. A total cattle population of 415,400. A total population of goats accounting to 711,400. A total population of sheep accounting to 53,298. A total population of camels accounting to 53,298. And a population of indigenous chicken accounting to 80,100. The total of which is 1,708,264. We still have potential for more and more livestock production if we exploit the potential of our landscape. Tana, Mr. Speaker, is known for the best livestock in the region, and I want to urge our citizens to double the production of livestock and to take advantage of the slaughterhouses that we have developed across the country. To benefit from these initiatives, my administration has organized the livestock value chain into value chain approach groups and organizations, or in other words, farmer-producer organizations, with support and collaboration from the Agricultural Sector Development Support Program, ASDSP, World Food Program, ABS Quarry, Department of Cooperatives, and the 20 projects in Tanariver. Mr. Speaker, my administration mapped out the value chain actors are now creating awareness among them to be able to access benefit from credit facilities from financial institutions, especially Kenya Development Corporation, through drive project that is funding livestock value chains in the county. To ensure sustainability of these programs, we have embarked on promotion of livestock feed production and conservation through infrastructure development and office for further producers and farmers. We are promoting farmer access market information through 4 county digital marketing platforms comprising of stakeholders, farmers, and the government. Mr. Speaker, my administration has been promoting range management and capacity building for grazing management committees in Tana North County. This has been done to enable fattening of livestock for beef, so as to feed Dhadho slaughterhouse, which is ready for operations. The slaughterhouse will soon be upgraded to accommodate a camel unit. We have also tendered for the purchase of 1 tractor, hay balers, and more to assist the further value chain actors to produce value add, observe, and market collectively. The milk value chain and collection centers in Garseni and Bangalore are also in place. The potential for honey in the county is huge. We have taken advantage of this and built the Kalaule honey processing plant and currently undertaking water connectivity and fencing. Mr. Speaker, in addition, my administration has embarked on an ambitious livestock stocking and insemination exercise, and so far we purchased and distributed 300 livestock to widows, women groups, PWDs, and the destitute in our society. For sustainability, we have built the capacity of our staff and trained 2 officers on dairy technology at Ahiti and other 5 on participatory integrated community development (PACD) at Nakuru and Garissa to enable them to undertake survey to understand the environmental and societal needs of the community prior to the establishment of any project within the community. All these, Mr. Speaker, demonstrates the commitment and deliberate effort to alleviate poverty and uplift the standards of living within our society. Mr. Speaker, for quality of animal health, my administration procured 120,000 doses of RBF vaccines, 50,000 doses of crop, 100,000 doses of S and D box, and assorted therapeutic animal drugs. So far, we have vaccinated 55,467 cattle against RBF, 84,320 goats against RBF and LSD, and 711,200 sheep against RBF, CCPP, and PPI to ensure the quality of beef in the slaughterhouses. I commend again these honorable members of this county assembly, for passing the livestock grazing management and control amendment, which is now guiding our operations in the livestock sector. Mr. Speaker, we have procured 600 improved kienyeji cockerels for targeted individual farmers to improve the quality and quantity of chicken breeds with the possibility of upscaling to more farmers. The objective is to enhance poultry farming in all sub-counties to enable our communities to produce and sell both eggs and chicken, hence improving food security and levels of income. Mr. Speaker, all indicators across the county point towards the registration of tremendous achievements by this county government in all aspects of our economy, which is a positive sign that devolution has some notable intangible marks in the lives of the people of Tanariver. This is augmented by empirical reality that before devolution in 2013, Tanariver was one of the forgotten parts of Kenya, since no meaningful investments were ever witnessed in this country. Our main plan as an administration is to move Tanariver from a rural to urban status county through a number of strategies that we have deployed and will continue to deploy. Mr. Speaker, my administration has passed a number of legislations that are beneficial for the development and growth of various sectors of the economy, and among others include the Tanariver Transport Bill 2023, the Tanariver Forest Policy 2023, the Tanariver County Forest Conservation and Management Bill 2024, the Livestock Grazing Management and Control Amendment Act 2017, the Tanariver Urban Institutional Development Strategy 2024, the Tanariver County Development Control 2024, Sustainability in the Public Sector, the County Energy Plan 2024-2034, the Tanariver County Climate Change Policy 2024, the Tanariver County Position Paper on water-related concerns and grievances associated with upstream developments, the Early Childhood Development and Education ECD Policy, Early Childhood Development and Education Needs Program Guidelines 2023, among others. And all these are to ensure we work within a legal parameter. Mr. Speaker, these strategies, plans, and bills are some of the endeavors the administration has put in place in order to align ourselves with the realities of this county and the realities of the times, so as to make the correct decisions and choices on how to unlock historical values to socio-economic development. We are alive to the fact that this county will never remain in the path of stagnation, but the path of growth and prosperity. If we have to join and compete favorably with the rest of the growing counties in the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, the long rains witnessed in Kenya from September 2023 up to the early 2024 has very devastating effects in our schools and colleges. Most of these schools in the riparian zones remain submerged, with no learning activities going on in our schools. A number of schools do not be opened on schedule for our learners for the second term on 30th May 2024. The health facilities too remain submerged, and hence essential medical services would not be offered effectively to the very vulnerable members of our society. Most people moved out of their homes and pitched tents along the major highway in squatter conditions. It has remained a burden for my administration to offer adequate food and non-food items, including sanitary facilities, for them. This calls for a concerted effort among all leaders to embrace my government's flagship projects of urbanization through the Eco-Village Cluster Program. The plan aims at providing all social and economic services in a properly planned environment and serves a pathway towards the realization of our urbanization agenda in the Tanariver County. The eco-cluster villages will offer permanent solutions to the now well-known dispersion and convergence by our people during disasters, which include droughts, floods, and conflicts among others, which has over the years led to shocks in household economies, reinforcing poverty among our people and the entire economic growth patterns of Tanariver County. Mr. Speaker, let me affirm that there is a correlation between urbanization and economic development, and again between modality and movement. As a rural county, this leadership needs to remain alive to the fact that Tanariver cannot compete with other regions if we continue to remain rural. Mr. Speaker, my administration is convinced that urbanization is and should remain the best approach for this county if we aspire to attain economic relevance and occupy our space as the largest county in this region. Trends among the rural urban migration is proof for the search of better services and job opportunities by populations, while rural regions continue to serve as sources of raw materials and centers of poverty. We therefore have to work hard towards the urbanization of this county for ease of consolidation and implementation of all the critical services such as healthcare, schools, water, energy systems, road networks, communication infrastructure, agricultural activities in order to reverse this trend and to position this county on the pathway towards economic growth and development. We have been spending millions and millions in the back and forth movement of our people every year, amount that would offer permanent solutions in all sectors to improve on the livelihoods of thousands of our people. We are glad that many partners, including the national government, have lent their support to the Village Cluster Program. Mr. Speaker, the most notable contribution to the Clusters Program was received from His Excellency the President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, who donated 34,000 Irishes to settle 1,700 households. These have been shared out and each household received 20 Irishes, 5 kilograms of nails, and 8 pieces of timber. This has gone a long way in alleviating the suffering of our people against rainfall, shielded many children from chilly and unhygienic living conditions, and the recent conflicts in Bangladesh and Tanzania counties. Many partners and well-wishers have also supported our people by building houses to needy in our society. The houses done by partners in MENA as part of the mineral recovery response and resilience building was handed over to beneficiaries on 16 November 2024. The project was undertaken by Tanariver Peace, Reconciliation and Development, TRD Urbanization, in partnership with Global Community Engagement and Resilience Fund, the GCERF. The International Organization for Migration, IOM, is doing more permanent houses for our people in Godhana. Our appeal for more support on the Tanariver County Better Shelter Program for the internally displaced persons and in support of the Eco Village Program, Cluster Program, has received more international attention and support. Mr. Speaker, I am appealing for more support from our good partners towards the implementation of a successful rehabilitation exercise for the huge population of IDPs across the country. As an administration, our role remains to provide a conducive environment and proper physical planning for the county for proper self-tolerance and for prosperity. I urge all of you, Mr. Speaker, to work together with my administration so that we offer our communities better shelters and land-tenure documents if we have to uplift the standard of living of our society. We cannot afford to see members of our society and children suffer the impacts of calamities, yet we have the opportunity to make their lives better. Mr. Speaker, the option available to us as a government is to ensure permanent relocation of all the affected ECD centers, health facilities, primary, secondary schools, and tertiary institutions in Tanariver. We must bite the bullet and offer long-lasting solutions to problems that bedevil us due to recurrence of perennial destruction of health centers, learning and administrative facilities in this country. We must find ways of building schools and sanitary facilities in areas where victims have little impact on our children and create a conducive environment for them to excel in schools for a better future. Mr. Speaker, our health sector is showing positive indicators, and we can only make it better with the efforts of partners, national government, and the efforts by our administration. The directive by the President on the recruitment of community health promoters, CHPs, has been implemented by my administration. We have so far trained 940 CHPs, fully equipped with CHP kits, and have since been posted in all the wards across the country. The impact of the UHC personnel, too, in driving the health agenda cannot be gainsaid. The CHPs move around within our neighborhoods to detect minor health-related emergencies before a patient is taken to the nearest health facility. This form of medical outreach program is greatly enhancing our health indicators and the quality of life of our citizens. Mr. Speaker, we have constructed and will continue to build more markets to enable conducive business environment. The Kipini Fresh Produce Market and the renovation of Pura Fresh Produce Market have been completed and open for business. The Castell Modern Market, notably, Mr. Speaker, with 184 stores and bus park are operational. These provide an enabling environment for MSMEs and source of revenue to the county. The proposed construction of the Tanariver County Application and Industrial Park is going on impressively. Mr. Speaker, the proposal for the establishment and the construction of the Green Economic Zone in Godhana is also in good progress. The main objective of this kind is to grow manufacturing sector and investment through agro-business and enhance productivity of the agricultural sector in a sustainable manner. This is meant to create decent jobs and increase farmer incomes. The byproducts from the kind are meant to lead to exports and foreign exchange for the county, and also provide a platform where farmers, processors, exporters, and researchers handle any challenge and barrier that limits trade and investments. I urge our people to start planning well and take advantage of the time to create self-employment and boost the manufacturing sector in this country. Mr. Speaker, many partners and international organizations have had impactful experience in our lives. The Kenya Marine Fisheries and Socio-Economic Development Hemisphere Project is empowering our communities in the Delta. They have invested in the livelihood, social, environment, and education scholarship sub-projects, where the households have benefited directly through fisheries. The communities under Hemisphere project have formed cooperative societies, and each group is now benefiting from the project in a number of ways. Mr. Speaker, our intention is to use that as a pilot to expand the rest of the programs across the country so that many of the members of our society can benefit. Mr. Speaker, my government has entered into various partnership agreements to revamp the agricultural sector. I want to implore upon the residents around the various lakes in the county to form and nurture savings and credit cooperative organizations, SACCOs, in order to benefit from various government projects initiated by my administration and the national government. Mr. Speaker, the water gravity project in Tana, which was launched by His Excellency the President Dr. William Ruto in Kura last year, is meant to expand the irrigated land acreage to increase food production. The water gravity project will expand crop farming acreage from 12,000 acres to 25,000 acres, meaning that Tana is poised to be among the leading rice producers in Kenya. We must position ourselves to take advantage of this venture and grow crops to improve on our food security. Mr. Speaker, many dams built by my administration are going to scale up crop production in the county. We intend to build more dams and water plants for storage of water for many irrigation schemes and domestic use. Mr. Speaker, health is a critical component in my administration. My conviction is that we can work together as a government to improve our health service delivery to the citizens. In partnership with the national government, my administration has created 96 community health units, CHUs, with each unit having 10 community health promoters, CHPs, totaling to 960 CHPs in the country. In addition, my government has posted 3 medical doctors to Ngausa County Hospital, reopened the surgical theatre, and have since introduced DM and hypertension obstetric clinics in that facility. The department has conducted 2 surgical camps where 7 patients were with hypertension benefited. To increase quality of service, my government has trained 8 medical doctors, MOs, 5 theatres, 4 anesthetic technologies from hydrocell surgical procedures, all with support from government. Mr. Speaker, one of the 5 pillars of my administration is to broaden the scope of partnerships and relationships, both locally and internationally, with a view to addressing existing budgetary deficits and development gaps in the country. The support and goodwill from our partners have greatly complemented our budget deficits. Other notable partners who have donated their wishes for our people include CPM and Base Italian. We are very grateful for their support that has enabled a number of our citizens to have decent shelters. Our engagements have led to acquisition of 13 cold chain equipments, which have been distributed to 13 dispensaries across the country. Again, we have trained our health personnel to install, maintain, and offer services using the equipment. Other pillars of administration that have guided the provision of services to the system include aligning Tanariver County to the spirit of devolution, tapping and developing the county's local human resource potential, especially for the youth and the women, enabling equitable distribution of resources in development, service delivery, and opportunities, and enhancing unity, peace, and good working relationships among the communities in the county. It is incumbent upon all of us, Mr. Speaker, as Tanarians, to embrace peace and unity as key ingredients for economic growth and prosperity. Mr. Speaker, we have enjoyed peace and peaceful coexistence since my administration took over office in 2017. However, Mr. Speaker, the devil visited us a few months ago, testing us a social fabric of unity and taking away few of our souls, injuring us, torching homes, and destroying properties, among the governmental facilities, among other installations where a few people who thrive in chaos and with no regard to the sanctity of human life, nor peaceful coexistence, infiltrated and influenced conflicts in Bangale and Tanariver counties, igniting initially a conflict between two of the communities and another two later, leaving 18 of our innocent people dead. The conflicts we witnessed in September and October 2024 cannot, Mr. Speaker, be allowed to continue in the 21st century. We must remember that every person has the right to life in line with Article 26(1) of the Constitution. I want to ask all of us to have a firm resolve to safeguard every person's right of life. We must embrace the rule of law and align their focuses and synergies towards a common approach for the much needed development and prosperity of the Tanariver County. Mr. Speaker, fellow Tanarians, I thank the Almighty God for keeping us safe throughout this year and take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and thank the Honorable Assembly for taking their time to listen to me. God bless you. God bless Tana. And God bless you. Thank you.
Next up, item number 4, procedural motion. That order is deferred to next week, Tuesday. Honorable members, there being no other business, this house is adjourned until 9:30 a.m. Tuesday.